My father, he thinks I'm insane.
From the writers of Lost and the creators of Once Upon a Time.
You claimed you traveled to this place, Wonderland. You fell in love with the genie.
I'm gonna find him.
She's not the Alice you thought you knew.
I sense that you can take care of yourself.
Next Thursday, the search for her lost love begins.
All right, Rabbit, dig your hole.
Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. Series premiere next Thursday at 8, 7 Central. Followed by an all-new Grey's Anatomy and Scandal on ABC.
You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's Nashville After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Nashville After Show.
Yeah! Yeehaw! Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back. We're here at AfterBuzz TV doing another fabulous after show for your favorite show, Nashville. This is episode 2 of season 2. This episode is called Never Know More. And we're very happy we have Keaton back.
I'm back. I'm sorry I missed last week, y'all. I missed you guys a lot. But what an epic episode.
Good one, right?
My gosh. And again, my name's Keaton Markey. I'm here. I'm excited to be here.
And I'm JJ Jorgens.
Hi, y'all. Whitney Lane.
Hey, I'm Violet Gagnon.
And I guess before we get into it all, you guys, we just want to talk to you about a new show that's about to premiere Tuesday, October 10th. Don't be late because it's the biggest adventure of the season. Jump down the rabbit hole into this epic romance. It's the premiere of ABC's brand new series, Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. And I don't know if any of you guys are Once Upon a Time fans, but I'm a huge fan. And I cannot wait for this show. It's, you know, it's not the same Alice that we've been brought up with and seen in all the Disney movies. She's all grown up. She's smarter. She's stronger. She's a fighter. And she's in love with the genie from Aladdin. So think about that twist for
Crazy. Y'all kind of dreamed of that, like all the little like Cinderella fairy tales coming together,
right? Well, so her father thinks she's crazy, and the doctors agree. So Alice embarks on the most dangerous and mysterious journey yet, back to Wonderland to rescue her one true love, who's being held captive by the Red Queen, who we're all familiar with, and Jafar, the evil wizard from Aladdin. So it's like a huge mesh between Aladdin and Wonderland. Who thought that could happen? But it's from the writers of Lost and the creators of Once Upon a Time. It's a brand new series with a whole new world loaded with stunning visual effects, and TV Guide calls it provocative. So it's a lot, big things for TV. So it's starring Lost, Naveen Andrews, Sophie Lowe, Peter Gadat, Emma Rigby, Michael Soka, and John Lithgow is the voice of the White Rabbit.
Ooh, I love him.
Right?
Yeah.
Alice's search for her lost love begins, and it's don't miss this event, Once Upon a Time in Wonderland, series premiere Thursday, October 10th at 8, 7 Central on ABC. You guys check it out because I will be checking it out.
Sounds good.
That is awesome.
All right. Well, speaking of provocative, let's go.
Just keep doing it.
Wonderland.
Keep doing
Let's get into Nashville.
Nashville, our own type of Wonderland.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, let's start off talking about our favorites, Deacon and Raina.
Are they our favorites this episode?
No, but I
Both
still love every scene when they're together. But
there's a lot of emotion in that.
There's a lot of chemistry.
And I think it's a lot of disappointment every time now. Like it's not that we've seen them that much together, but I'm already disappointed.
Well, and I think we had some big reactions in the room while we're watching because we're all, I think, it's frustrated with them because they're so close and I don't know. Let's talk about some of the things we were frustrated about.
I wish they would talk about the things they need to talk about. Because obviously the underlying tension is coming from the revelation that Maddie is in fact Deacon's daughter. They don't even speak about that. Like you can see him grappling and really like having a hard time with Raina, with the accident. He goes back to the kind of the memorial where, not the memorial, but the, what is it called? Basically where they're...
I think memorial is the correct word. I think that's the right word.
It's like
go with that.
Okay, perfect. But he goes back there because he's obviously really affected by it, and that's where they meet up. Kind of an interesting little...
they did not meet up until so deep into this episode. Like, it was probably in, like, 45 minutes into the episode that they finally had this interaction. And it was like, you know, I felt like this tension was just building and building and building. Like, when are they going to talk and what are they going to talk about? And hopefully it's about the Maddie thing. And I felt like it was such a letdown when they finally interacted. I was just like, okay, Raina, you're just going to be a bitch and walk away? Yeah. Like, I love Raina. I love her to death, but I know, like, we were all talking about this during the episode. I feel like, you know, she is to blame a little bit, and she's not taking any of the blame, and she's kind of being a child in this situation where she's just like, you know what, I'm just going to walk away from it and leave it in my past and not think about it anymore. You can't just walk away. You have a 13-year-old daughter that's in the mix with this, and an alcoholic. Like, come on, take some responsibility yourself.
I totally agree with you on that one, and that's what I felt so too. I feel like, you know, she always blames Deacon for everything, and I'm not condoning him going and drinking, but I think she needs to take responsibility that when you drop a bomb on somebody that big, and she was that selfish to keep, I mean, I think keeping a kid's parent secret is probably one of the worst things that you could do to somebody, not only to that person, but also to the child. And, you know, she's not taking responsibility for that at all. And not that this makes it better, but he wasn't driving the car. He wasn't driving her. They got in an argument. Again, comes down to the fact that they can't just communicate and they can't have a conversation and address things.
So
but I just really was annoyed by her again because I felt like last season we kept seeing her do things like that where she wouldn't address her real feelings or the issues and she just walks away and as we can see is going to jump back in bed with, you know,
Liam.
They're so childish, and it's like he's been sober for 13 years, and okay, in those 13 years, okay, the first year he got sober, the second year, the third, fourth, fifth year, let's say he got sober, you go and tell him he has a 5-year-old daughter. You go say something, or however old she was when he got sober. You need to tell him that rather than wait so many, how old is Maddie, 15 now?
No, 12 or 13.
Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. So younger than that. But you go and tell them that until they're that age. You're going to ruin the child's life and you're ruining the guy's life. So I totally agree with you guys. Raina she's so at fault for all of this.
I have so much to say right now.
It looks like she's about to explode.
Guys, you also heard Deacon say to Scarlett, she was right not to tell me about that. He understands that. Because I get 5 years in, but at the same time, every time he would get sober, he'd fall back off the wagon. So how much can you trust someone? I get it on both sides, honestly. I understand. I think Raina, I don't know. I'm having a hard time because I get that I think she was correct in saying we both need to focus on ourselves because we are not good together. It doesn't make it easier on any of us. First thing Deacon should have talked about instead of, I didn't know who to call, I just called you. Talk about your daughter.
Right.
Like, bring it up. You should do that. Put the pressure on her because she dropped the bomb on you. Like, this is your time to kind of step up and ask about it. Instead of just kind of,
yeah.
You know, they're like dwindling their thumbs, whatever. It's twirling their thumbs. I'm so fired up.
Deacon can't twiddle his thumbs anymore. Sore subject, Whitney.
But that's what's so annoying to me. It's like you're just standing there and you're not really saying anything, but there's so much that needs to be talked about.
Exactly. And it's like I said, they're so childish. It's almost like they're in high school and there's like this, oh, okay, you cheated on me and now I'm not going to talk to you anymore. It's kind of awkward between us. No, you have a daughter. You need to talk. Well, be an adult.
Speaking of high school, their relationship it reminds me of that, you know, everybody has those couple friends that are should be together but are always fighting, so they're just on and off and on and off, and you're just like, well, you guys just figure it out and stop stressing, you're such a hassle to everybody else because you can't make a decision, you can't communicate with each other, you tell everybody else your problems and you don't work it out together.
Right.
I also feel like they're handling it in an interesting way just because I see Raina's point of view. She almost lost her life. Let's move forward. Yeah. I get that. You still have to talk about the things that are happening in the past, but I get, there's no time to wait, which are why these things come up, should I even be with Edge Hill? What should I do, to fix these problems? Teddy, I think we shouldn't be doing this. I get all of the reasoning. Deacon, on the other hand, almost because of his alcoholism, they're in a car fighting, he feels guilty that she could have almost died. So I get him acting out and being mean to Scarlett, not wanting to play and sell all of his guitars. I get that. So I think that's normal in a way of getting over this grief, but they're still, I don't know. I don't know. I've never been through that, so I don't know how I would react in that situation. But I think it makes sense, some of the actions that they're taking in a way.
I feel like they're each taking a different route to kind of hide or like to try to forget about what happened. Raina's burying herself in work and in changes and just like overloading herself with that so she doesn't have to think about it. And then if you look at Deacon is just having a pity party for himself. Like he's doesn't want to face anything. He just wants to pout about it and cry and sell his guitars and be mean to Scarlett. And just if he wasn't so hot, I would really hate him as a character right now, but he's just so damn good looking.
I think also part of his tactic is I don't deserve any of this.
Yes.
I don't deserve my music. If I'm going to put somebody's, life in danger like that, then I don't deserve to have
And I think that's
success.
probably how he feels about Maddie, too. He was going to put her life in danger, so I think that's why he understands Raina's decision. I don't think it makes him feel better, he needs to meet his daughter, and you see how much that's affecting him when he actually finally opens up and tells Scarlett. But I don't know. I just feel like it's just so much. Like, they're killing me right now. They're really killing me.
Well, there's a lot of attitudes everywhere, because then we even have, Maddie, who's just
going off on her mom.
I'm like, it's so hard because she's 13, like she doesn't realize she could have lost her mom. They don't see the big picture in that sense. She's hurt, obviously, because she doesn't know who's her dad or how she's going to go forward with the different relationships. But man, she's a little brat sometimes. Yeah,
I was like, we already have Juliet. Like, how much more of bratty, snotty little biatch can we take on this show? She just, I don't know. I mean, I get it, but it's like, your mom, you almost lost her. You think you could at least tone it down
and have a conversation.
And she was so sweet in the hospital. Like, it was kind of my fault. I went, and I guess she told, from what they said, she told Deacon. So she kind of felt bad, and you would think she'd kind of, be like more mature about it, or
but she's got all those emotions, like. She doesn't know how to handle it.
Went from one
teen. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree when it comes to not like talking about crap.
Right.
Like Raina doesn't want to do it. Like it's funny because Raina is like she won't talk to Deacon about it, but then she gets mad at Maddie for not wanting to talk to her about it. And it's just like, lead by example. Like, I don't.
She's trying to an extent with the relationship with Teddy, I think. I think her heart's in the right place in saying we can't play house. Look at the kids, which you see Daphne hearing that. Like, that just gives them false hope when deep down, and honestly, I think Teddy's like, could this work?
Yeah, I
think
think so
family?
too.
But at the same time, it's like, don't do that. It's done. It's long done between them, I think.
Teddy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to strangle this man. If there's anybody on that show that I want, killed off, it needs to be Teddy. I really hate this man. He realized Peggy's psycho, so he's throwing her out with the whole I'm not going to take care of the baby, as we saw last episode, right? Yeah. And then he's holding Raina's hand, and when she says, "Oh, this isn't going to happen," he's like, "Yeah, it's not like I wanted it to happen." Seriously, calm down.
Defense mechanism.
Exactly. Freaking boys.
Saving his pride.
I'm not happy.
Oh, man. Yeah. Remember when we wanted Teddy to grow a set of balls, and then he did, and then he just turned into a complete dick.
Seriously.
They got too big, Teddy. They got too big.
He went too far. He really did. But I do think good that he's been there through it all,
Yeah. But is he trying to be a good congressman, and how it's going to look in the news?
I don't know. I think he loves Raina.
Yeah.
I think he always has.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone really knows what he's been doing to help anyways. I think they would assume he is her husband still. They're not officially divorced. He should be helping out with the kids. But then again, it's like, oh, I'm Raina. I'm going to parties tonight. Like, I'm going to a meeting. It's like she's not really taking time to relax and, heal.
Isn't it weird that her sister is encouraging her now to go to parties?
You need to go to that party.
Her sister was never like that. And now her sister all of a sudden is this businesswoman that really more in the music business when her sister never wanted anything to do with that. So I just think it's kind of weird that her character all of a sudden has done this flip.
Yeah, you think her sister might be saying, "No, why don't you stay home for an evening?
This is your family. Your family needs you right now."
But you see the shock on people's face. Oh, you came to your meeting. I thought you'd be at home relaxing. Like Juliet said it, and even the new executive was surprised, or label head. So, girlfriend's getting out there. She can't lose her livelihood.
Oh no! I mean, she's still number one in her record sales, so she's not doing too bad.
Well, let's talk about that. The new Marshall at Edge Hill. No more Marshall. $3 million payout.
Well, I have to say that I was very excited when I heard that this cast member was coming, but now he's such an ass, as they called him all night long, that I'm like, man, I thought he'd play this cute, charming, maybe a good executive that was trying to, win Raina's heart, kind of have a rival for Deacon, but wow.
No, not in Nashville.
He is not nice.
I don't like him at all. John.
Is his name John or Jeff?
Jeff
Fordham.
All those different names. Well, nobody likes Jeff. Mm-hmm. He obviously is only thinking about his label and how he's going to make it the best business it can be. Although he was totally sucking up to Raina. Mm-hmm. Didn't you think? He's, because Juliet comes out telling her he's an ass. She walks in, she's like, oh, he's sucking up to me. She thinks she likes him.
Mm-hmm. She thinks she's been good with him. I hope this causes... I love when Juliet and Raina, are forced to come together, because whenever they do something together, they kick ass at it. Yeah. And it's their tension and their chemistry is so good, as like their characters and the actresses are such good actresses. I just love seeing scenes with them together, and especially when they have the same goal.
I agree.
It's I look forward to those scenes. So, if this is going to push them together, I will be very happy about it.
Yeah. I completely agree with you, because it gets old when you keep seeing, like Juliet starting out again, now trying to do the video from her hometown to try to compete with Raina getting the, having prayer vigils for her, and it's like, oh, okay, how long can we keep this going? But so we deal with seeing those all night long, and then the one moment when they're at the party together and they're both sharing the look, it's like such a little classic, such a great moment. It's like, it's juicy. It is really good to see those moments when you realize, okay, they could team up for something here, for some damage.
I have to mention the one part in tonight's episode when we're like, okay, oh my gosh, Juliet, she has a soul. There's something there. It's coming out. And then she turns to Avery and she's like, I'm just trying to sell records. Like, we're like, Juliet.
Yeah, and how about that woman, was it Miss Carrie, that makes her the blanket, with her pictures on it, and then as soon as she walks away,
she felt something.
She did, genuinely. She really felt something. Even with the little star thing that her dad had made her before he passed, she felt something. Those tears were real. Yeah. Come on, Juliet.
Yeah. So the whole point of her being in Alabama was because, Jeff sits her down and he's like, oh, well, the tweens aren't feeling it. And she's like, I'm trying to go for a more mature sound. It's not working either. So she finds a way to get that single to #1, or get the album to #1, instead of killing herself off. Fake death. Like, why would you even think that? Like, relax. But she goes to her hometown, trailer park, and man, it worked.
Mm-hmm. And I really liked those scenes of her. Like, I liked seeing that side of Juliet, and I did think it was genuine. And I think the whole, yes, she looks like a horrible person when she's just like, I'm just selling records, but like she did have a real connection there, and it just seemed she seemed human. Final, for the first time, I feel like this season, because last episode, I know we've only been in 2 episodes, but last episode, she just looked like a total evil person. The way she was trying to, use her Raina's near death experience just for her record sales. So I don't know. I think there's something. Obviously, there's something deeper with Juliet right now when it comes to why we're finding out so much about her home life, and I hope we meet more characters from her past. And I know she says her father died, but I feel like maybe he's not dead. And
I'm on the same
I'm surprised he hasn't come forward yet, though, with all her money.
Yeah.
Maybe
he's not that type of person.
It's so interesting because we get a little taste of Juliet as a real person. We want more of that, but they only give you a little hint, They don't give you much more, and then you're like back to being this selfish little girl that she is.
Exactly, and it's almost
you're
like
over it.
She can't be vulnerable because she probably feels like she doesn't have friends, she doesn't have anyone to have her back. So she has to always be that strong person. So when Avery turns to her and is like, we're friends, right? She's like, oh, are we?
She cares about him a lot more than she lets on. I mean, she asked him to come to Alabama. He's not playing the guitar down there for her. Like, he's there because she needs someone. And I think he has somewhat of a moral compass because she's like, I can hear you when you're not even speaking. Like, she knows what he's thinking.
Right.
And she cares what he thinks.
And she cares, exactly.
Yeah, girl.
I kind of want to see that one.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
I hope they don't jump in to bed together too fast.
I don't want it to be fast, but
maybe
make it real, right?
I think they're good for each other. I think they both have lessons to learn and flaws that I think the other one can help them with. So.
And Avery's not, an angel. He screwed people over. He screwed a lot of people over. So
he's turned over a new leaf.
Definitely.
He hasn't showered in a while in this episode.
It's just that hair,
dude,
greasy
but
hair.
He does look much better than last season. I still it got rid of this mess. So he's looking much better. I can't complain as much as I did last season about him. Good job.
Go Avery.
Go Avery.
I can't complain as much as last season.
Well, now
I did not like him very much.
I hated him.
I'm trying to be better.
But now that they're making Gunner look so
another person we didn't like, Scarlett, man, rock star.
Freaking, oh my gosh, growing up hair. Go girl.
Don't grow it too big. Don't grow it too big.
Don't do what Teddy
They'll want you killed off.
No, she's doing great this season.
Yeah, it's great to see her. I mean, we've all said that we can, first of all, understand her a lot better. So she's very clear, so we're not straining every time. Love it. But yeah, it's great to see, because now it's like her little awkward moments are funny and kind of humorous. For before, it was just where she was so whiny. It was just all being, it was kind of annoying.
Yes, you're right. But my favorite was when she's like, "What happened to the couch? You got torn?" And he was like, "Torch," and she was just like,
she just kept the look.
It was great. Yes, that was good timing. Good job. But I think she's also kind of realized, let me focus on family right now. And really, she is laying it down, cracking that whip on her uncle.
But good on her though. I want to meet more of of their family. I want to know who her mom, who her dad is. I want to know who Deacon. I just want to get to know that family. I know Raina's family's kind of head, and so is Juliet's, but that I feel is the most interesting story right now. So
her grandfather, what she said today, was an alcoholic.
Exactly. So I think they kind of mentioned that, threw it out there. So I feel like they're gonna go back to that.
I hope. I hope so too. Learn a little bit more about where Deacon came from.
Yeah, I do like those flashbacks too. Okay, well, if you guys need a little break from all this Nashville drama there is a wonderful movie out that you guys can get now from our leaders, Kevin Undergaro and Maria Menounos, and it's called Serial Buddies. You can go to serialbuddies.com. You can also now get it at Amazon, Target, 7-Eleven, Netflix, Barnes & Noble, all kinds of places. So go on the website and you can see where you can buy it. And we'd really appreciate it. It helps us keep the studio going here, keep the lights on, keep all of us here giving you all these shows for all these shows that we love. So if you have a second, go ahead and check that out. And also want to say thank you to the people that did check out this show last week on AfterBuzzTV.com and who commented on our show. I wanted to say thanks to Real Wispa, who said, "What a great episode this is. I still wonder if Waddy White will turn out to be Raina's real daddy," which is a very good point.
Good one.
Yes. I do like that.
And then Wild One Izzy, who actually disagreed with us, and she I think had a very great point. Said, in regard to the family all being there when Raina woke up, I have to disagree with you ladies. I think that having my loved ones there would be more comforting than overwhelming. I would be a lot more scared of what's happened if it was just strangers were there when I woke up.
That makes
I agree with her.
On Raina's side, I was thinking more on the kid's side, I think. But yes, that totally makes sense. I would feel the exact same way.
Yeah. But the girls wanted to be there. I know I wasn't here last week. The girls really wanted to be there, and I feel like if they would have been left out of that situation, it would have, I think it really would have hurt them.
I get it, but man, you didn't know which way it was going to go.
Yeah.
That'd be worse.
And I'm not saying that they shouldn't have been there that night. I think they should have been there that night, but I think they should have been in the waiting room. And then once she was awake and the doctor said, "Hey, you're awake, your family's out there, they want to come see." Once they kind of and maybe Teddy could have been in the room with her, but I think the young kids, because that could have gone really
fine line,
bad when she first came out.
I agree.
But anyway, thank you for your comments. We love them because it makes us talk about things.
Yes.
All right, let's get back to it.
So much.
Let's talk more about Scarlett.
Yeah, sassy Scarlett, because man, that that actress, she's really impressed me this episode. Like, I've never seen her this angry, and she scared me. Like she had to stand up to, like, a big, hot guy, Deacon. I know he's her uncle. But, like, he's been pretty intimidating, like, the past couple episodes, like, even the end of last season. And for her to really kind of command the scene and really take control, like, I was just like, yes, you go, girl. Like, I was scared, a little bit intimidated of her, and I was like, yes, I'll go and get my hand checked out by the doctor. Yep.
I think you have to with family because she loves them. She doesn't want him sitting around selling all his guitars when she knows that's really what he loves deep down. So, it looks like we have a phone call. Hello.
Hey, guys. Well, hey, ladies, what's up?
Hey, how are you? Who's calling?
My name is Jordan.
Hi, Jordan.
Hi, Jordan.
Where are you from?
Hey. I'm from Georgia.
Oh,
Ooh, you're right away.
I love it.
It's late over there.
It's real late.
Yeah. I tweeted you guys last week, and I was like, I'll try to stay up because it's like 2 o'clock over here.
Wow, we appreciate it.
We love it. Hardcore right there.
Thank you for trying again. We're sorry about that.
What'd you think of the episode?
Oh, no, it's cool. I thought it was pretty good. I'm liking this season a lot better. I mean, I love season 1, but this season is really good. I feel like their performances have just gotten a lot better. Like, their performances feel like more gritty and more natural. I don't know, really good storylines. And I'm just, like, really confused. Am I the only one who possibly saw, like, Juliet and Will kissing in the preview next week?
Yeah.
I don't know where they're going with Will.
That's crazy.
She kisses somebody.
I thought it was Will, too.
Because it seems like it was shorter hair than Avery's.
Yeah, it wasn't
Jordan,
Avery.
you caught something that we missed. We love it.
Yeah, like, I feel like all my Will predictions, like, are always wrong.
I
I thought for a second Will and Gunnar were, like, gonna have something. Like, my whole, like, season 1 finale, I thought that, Scarlett was gonna say yes, and then I figured that Will would throw him some kind of, like, bachelor party type shindig, and then, like, some kind of, like, hookup would happen, and then it would ruin, like, the whole engagement, and then Scarlett would go back to Avery, but, like, clearly
you gotta get in the writer's room with these guys.
I know, man. You never know. They keep you on your toes, that's for sure.
That's when you know it's a good show and you can't predict what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. I love, like, how all my predictions are always wrong because they give me something that I, like, never expect. Like, last week when she was talking about how, like, their dad possibly was responsible for their mom's death, I was like, I had no idea. Like, I didn't see that coming anywhere.
Yeah, we didn't either. Who is your favorite character?
I really love Gunnar and Scarlett. Like, I've just been in love with them, like, together since the first episode when they had that duet together. So.
Amazing, right? They're so much better together. I want him to get signed to Raina's label so that they can duet.
And I'm like kind of worried, like, with Scarlett's friend. I just feel like she's I don't know. Like, I know she's being introduced as a good person, but, like, I'm worried.
Yes, we are too. We're like that. She is wanting some Gunnar in her life.
That look she was giving him.
Ooh, oops.
Yeah, and like, I was just watching her eyes, like, the whole time she was watching him sing that song. I was like, great. She's going to go after him.
Man,
so sad.
That's not a good friend. We all said that.
Yeah, it's like those before hoes.
Yeah,
come on,
girl code. You
chicks before dicks, right?
Yes, totally.
Yeah, and then, like, with the whole, like, the new record exec guy, like, I was so disappointed that he was an ass, but I was, like, kind of happy because, like you girls touched on earlier, like, we can only have Juliet versus Raina for so long, and it's nice to have, like, them kind of team up and go against somebody, and I'm really interested in this new, like, a second place, American Idol type winner who's going to be giving, like, Juliet some competition.
That girl's not even worth it, man.
Seriously,
Juliet, stop getting your panties in a bunch.
When she was like, I'm going to start this off with a Juliet classic, I was like, no, this bitch did not.
You are so right. No one's buying that song.
No. She was so fake too. Hi, y'all. Like, really? We know
I was like, when is Juliet going to march on the stage and, like, stop this performance?
Right?
And just push her down. That would have been awesome.
It'll come. Don't you worry. She'll use her words and her stares. Those Juliet stares.
I did feel like that was
a fight. I want an actual fight.
Yeah, Julie, I wanted some fist be thrown, but did you not feel like
that would have been cool too.
Like her accent, the American Idol, her accent seemed so fake to me.
It was. That's what I meant.
I'm really glad you brought that up.
Yeah, I was like, no, you're not country.
I want to find out where the actress is from because it seemed very fake. It was no Southern charming accent like you have, Jordan.
I love it.
Gunnar, like, the guy who plays Gunnar is British, and the girl who plays Scarlett is Australian, so it's like, girl.
Crazy.
Get it together. You know there's a vocal coach on there.
It could also be just part of Jeff's plan. She may have no accent at all. He's just like wants to market her.
I like it.
Very true.
She's really from Kansas.
I feel like there's some kind of reason that she's been brought on here. I don't know yet.
It'll come.
And then, like, for some reason, I thought that, like, I don't know why, but I like to read real close into, like, handshakes and, like, you know, just, like, body movement and stuff, and I could have sworn something was going to happen with, like, the record exec and Will, as if, like, he was going to blackmail Will.
We said the same thing. We saw that handshake. We saw that handshake.
It'll come out. It'll come out. Literally.
Yeah, I was like, well, maybe they don't want to do all of my predictions in one episode.
Right.
Among the first 13 episodes. I feel like something is going to happen. Like, I feel like the record exec is going to find out that, you know, that's his ex-boyfriend or ex whatever, ex fun time and whatever it is. And, like, I feel like he's going to use that to, like, you know, like, what if Will has a change of heart and he wants to work with Raina, and then the guy's going to be like, well, you know, you're not going to switch with Raina because, you know, I have this dirt on you, blah, blah, blah.
We totally agree. We said,
there are. You've got some great predictions.
Yeah, those are good.
Thanks for calling,
so, all my predictions are always wrong. So
we'll see.
Anything I'm saying tonight is not going to happen.
No, I think you're on to something. If we all agree, there's got to be something coming.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, if you can stay awake next week,
call us back.
Call us back.
Oh yeah, I'm going to try to make this a weekly thing. Like, I just discovered, like, the Nashville AfterBuzz over the summer.
Awesome.
So I watched, like, most of the season 1 AfterBuzz stuff, the things on YouTube.
Awesome.
And so I started fresh with you guys last week, and I couldn't get through, so I was like, I'm definitely going to call this week.
Yay!
I'm going to try my best to call every week.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Have a good night. Get
Thank
some
you.
sleep.
Yeah, get some sleep.
Oh yes, ladies. Y'all have a good night.
Bye.
Thanks, Jordan. Bye.
Right. Bye-bye.
Oh,
great.
I love it. I freaking
and he is
love
on
it.
to so many things that we
Yeah,
talk about.
right?
Which we have to just talk about now.
We do. We were going to do the predictions, but why don't we just...
Well, with Will just signing with Edgehill, that was kind of... Well, it wasn't that big of a shock to me, was it? Because we saw it kind of happen.
Yeah, you guys called it out that's exactly why he was going to...
Well, because you hear Gunnar get up there and perform this amazing song that he wrote in an afternoon. That's talent right there.
Yeah.
And straight up, I was like, well, Will can't do any of that. Like, he might be able to perform, but... And he got that because Raina wanted to help him grow as an artist. He's just a performer, and he knows he can do that.
Do you guys think that the actors have like some? Do you think they're in the writing room when it comes to these songs? Because I know a lot of them are musicians. I wonder if like any of them have started becoming a little bit more involved in their characters' songs.
I don't think so.
I
just
have that in News and Gossip, actually.
Ooh.
It's actually the real country art. It was like an article with the real country artists behind the hit songs. And it's a lot of the big-time songwriters in Nashville. Now, Gunnar actually writes songs. Scarlett does as well. So I think that they're probably the two starting to do it a little bit more. But really, it's the ones who are published authors.
I'm sure we're going to hear like solo albums from these people after the show. But
well, Avery's character does. I mean,
yeah, he actually does.
Really,
right. I don't think they use his songs necessarily in the show, but like it's people like Civil Wars. If you've heard of them, Casey Musgraves, who is blowing up right now.
I love her.
And then we've got a couple ones. Steve McEwen, who has written for Carrie Underwood and Keith Urban, and also Dan Auerbach for the who's in the Black Keys. So they are like kind of the go-tos right now for this.
Nice.
For this
awesome
season. So
Casey's blowing up.
Oh yeah, she's nominated for like 6 CMAs.
I
we'll see in November.
She's
but anyways, so Will with Edgehill. Could have guessed that.
Oh well.
Yep. That was a little shocker for Raina. That's why she turned up to the party, and he walks by and he's like, or out comes Jeff, and he's like, yo, Will, let me congratulate you on Edgehill. And she's like, oh.
And he's all excited walking by like it's nothing right past Raina.
Yeah, she thought she was going to have to work it at the party and try to...
She didn't have to work it.
That's the only reason she wanted to go to the party.
Seriously. She wants to finish her deal.
I have to say I love her and Bucky. I think they're an awesome team, and he's so loyal to her. Like, that's a good manager-artist relationship. But I also thought it was very interesting when she said, you know, after we see this performance by the new girl, she's like, I don't think I fit in here anymore. Already the wheels are turning. I see so much change happening for Raina. She's ready for that, obviously. She's kind of got a second chance at life. She might as well do what she wants to do.
Yeah, there's no way somebody in her position needs to put up with a guy like Jeff coming in. You know, she's got way too much power and supporters. And I just feel like after you've gotten to that point in your career where she's already been through all the a-holes and the all that stuff, you just don't. Why would she want to deal with it?
Just don't let him get your money, honey.
Yeah.
Take that away.
Yeah. No kidding.
But we'll see if she even has that coming up since she's apparently lost her voice. So who knows what's in store for Raina James.
I do like Will, though, and I have to commend him on, like, going up to Raina and being honest with her about why he did what he did. He could have avoided her. He, was probably going to get a nice advance from Edge Hill. Like, he could have completely just
sent her a card, sent her flowers, or something.
Not even done anything, honestly. But the fact that he was man enough to go up to her and say, "Hey, this is why I did it. I honestly don't think I'm good enough to be with you. Like, I'm not your type of artist."
Well, you also don't want to burn bridges.
Yeah. Right. And I do think it's them also trying to show us this good side of his character, because I think what our caller said and what we were talking about in the room too is that I think Jeff will end up, once he does decide that maybe he wants to go back with Raina, blackmailing him with pictures or exposing his relationship, and so I think we needed to see, because Will hasn't, we've seen some good sides of him, but we've kind of seen some jerky sides and some selfish sides and stuff. So I think it also gave us a little more sympathy for his character tonight.
True. And then Juliet, seeing her the one that's taken over her spot. 30 minutes later, the other girl's song got to number 1.
Yeah.
So how does that make you feel?
So funny.
After she had to fake her way through the documentary.
Awesome.
I did like when Raina's like, "Isn't that the girl that just won that that TV show thing?" And she's like, "She didn't win. She got second."
I'm glad she threw that out to Jeff too, but he doesn't care. He's going to make plenty of money.
And I
off
love
this
how
girl.
Avery was just like, "That guy's an ass." Like, it was like,
she's like,
everybody knows.
Yeah. Yeah, some good comedic moments tonight.
That final scene was great.
Oh, we didn't even mention that she started out on Conan. Like, that was
and she looked fantastic.
She did. And you guys, it was at first, like, those first couple questions she answered, it was like her. I really think it was Hayden.
As Hayden,
right. Like, she got into the mode of being herself on a talk show.
Yeah.
And that's what she was doing.
I bet it's so hard for them to be in that, world, sitting on the couch, like they would normally, and
yourself.
Act. That must be crazy.
Yeah. Totally different way. It's cool. That was a fun little
and nice of Conan to do it too.
Yeah,
Hollywood.
that was awesome.
Yeah.
We love you, Conan. We should get Conan in the studio. Tell us what Juliet was like.
Nice.
I think, did we mention that Raina gave Deacon the ring back?
Oh, I didn't know she had the ring still.
One of the biggest kind of...
Because in the flashback, she already gave it back to him.
She throws it at him.
So I don't...
Who knows? We'll see another flashback of him giving it back to her. Who knows?
And now he threw it on the stack of...
Done.
Ring clinks.
Yeah.
It's in the memorial.
He can't really fight for that right now anyways. She said her little piece, so I don't know.
She's told everybody her little piece.
She's pretty prepared, though. If he just called her to meet that night, she already brought the ring that she's been carrying for 13 years. One night.
She knew.
Yeah.
Lots of drama.
She's harsh. She's so harsh.
He needs that right now from Scarlett.
Oh, yay. We have another caller. Hello. Hi.
Turn down your computer or mute it so we can hear you.
Who's calling?
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, did we lose him?
I think we might have lost him.
Call back.
Call back.
Next week for sure. Is there anything else, you guys? I think we got it.
Just gonna... What?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I think,
we're good.
All right.
Well, let's go ahead and do news and gossip, and then if our caller comes back, we'll...
AfterBuzz TV News.
So we already talked a little bit about the real country artists. So, interesting fact, because we've heard about multiple homes being on the market in Nashville from the show. And now Juliet's house is actually on the market now for $2.1 million. So get out there and get that, people. Let's see. Ratings news. We talked a little bit just amongst ourselves, but Nashville actually tied with CBS's CSI in adults 18 to 40. 49, so that's good. Up over the May finale by 10%.
Nice. Good.
But also down 25% from the season or the series premiere. So it's changing up. DVR ratings are going up as well.
Sure.
So we'll see. We'll just have to see with the rest of the season. That's just the first episode. But it's actually the third strongest performance overall. So out of all Nashville episodes. So good job for that one. Let's see. And then, of course, the gossip we've all been waiting to talk about.
Yes. Oh, no.
Shocking news, you guys.
Just in.
Hayden is Juliet.
Panettiere is apparently cheating on her fiance, the big old 6'5" boxer, cheating with, of all people, Dante from the show, Jay Hernandez, who is married. So we could not do that. That would probably be a good thing. But apparently she's not keeping it a secret at all, you guys. Like, people are seeing them kissing out front of the car. Apparently he would, wait she would have a lot more scenes to shoot when he was done. He'd wait till she got off. Who knows?
Well, he's dead now on the
I
show,
just have
so.
to say, how big a moron are you if you're Jay, though? Because he's a world champion Ukrainian boxer.
Her fiance is, Watch out.
I mean, if there's somebody that you want to, somebody's girl you want to mess with, I don't think it's
not
a huge
his.
boxer.
No, and he's too pretty to get hit. Okay,
yeah.
But he's married.
That's crazy. What?
Well, who knows if it's true? Let's hope not, because
I hope it's not
Hayden
true.
becoming Juliet.
Right.
We love you, Hayden.
Imitating life.
Don't
life
do
imitating
that.
art.
Well, she's been in character too long.
That's all I've got for you guys.
Damn.
Shocker.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
There's good stuff this week. This is dirty.
Well, let's roll into predictions.
So many.
Yes.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Such good stuff.
Well, I think we've already said some of them that we were already all feeling was that we do think that Jeff is going to end up blackmailing Will.
But this is how I think it's
they're
going to
hook
happen. I think it's going to happen differently. I think that somehow it's going to come out that he's gay, and Jeff is going to be like, we need you to be the ladies' man. He's going to drop him. And I think he's going to try to go back to Raina's label, and she's going to be like, you already made a decision. And that's how he kind of gets kicked off the show.
I disagree.
Okay, tell me.
I think that he's going to Will's going to decide after he's with Jeff that he doesn't like him and that he is an ass and that he made the wrong decision and he's going to want to go back to Raina and he's going to threaten to leave or whatever, and then I think Jeff is going to say, oh, okay, well, if you leave, then I'm going to publish these pictures or out your stuff with you and your ex-boyfriend.
Exactly, because the ex said you can trust me, but that was...
Why would he do that to his assistant if his assistant's not out?
He doesn't care about his assistant.
I know. I feel like his assistant is out, but I feel like what he's going to have his assistant kind of keep trying to pursue Will, so they can get that evidence. So in case Will ever does try to pull anything on them, they have full control of them because they'll have blackmail.
Regardless, I think Will's going to be leaving the show eventually.
Is that really him singing though? Because I got to give him props for singing because he's a good voice. Who knew Luke from the OC could sing?
Right?
Yeah. Right? Little Kenny Chesney in the house, right?
The cutoffs, you have.
I've got a good one, another good one.
Let's hear it.
I think that obviously Raina's talking about leaving the label. I think Juliet's going to go with her.
Ooh.
And I think that they're going to have a different, maybe under Highway 65 together.
I like that.
I like it.
Yes.
I like it a lot.
I think Avery and Juliet, I know we talked about it a little bit, I think they're gonna be hooking up real soon. I bet you in the next 2 episodes they're gonna act on that little tension.
Hooking up or getting together?
I really hope they get together, and I feel like Juliet she doesn't trust very many people, especially after what Dante did to her, and I think she's starting to trust Avery.
So ironic.
Right. Juliet! So, I think I bet you within the next 2 episodes they will have established their relationship as more than friends.
Interesting.
I think another hookup is one we touched on earlier too, that we think Zoe is going to make a move for Gunner.
Don't do it, Zoe. Please don't do it.
That's so messed up. The worst thing you could do to your best friend.
Terrible.
You would do it too if Gunner was there.
No, come on. You're a terrible friend.
That's awful.
Now we think
No.
I would never bring a boyfriend around this
No,
girl.
I have a boyfriend, but
You
no.
would hate if one of us went out.
I would hate. No, that would suck. But I'm just saying. No, but the thing is, Scarlett said no to Gunnar. Like they're done.
No, they're not done. They're not
She's
done.
Even if she says no, you can't do that to your best girlfriend.
Scarlett is going to be focusing on Deacon, and once that's settled, she's going to go back to Gunnar, and Gunnar's going to be with Zoe, and then that's all going to be screwed up, and then Gunner's going to go run back to Scarlett's going to go back and forth.
I think Gunner's also going to get a record deal at some point.
Oh, I hope so. Highway 65.
People are going to rip me up online for like saying that, but this is the thing. I'm not saying that it's good that Zoe's doing it. I'm just saying like, how can the girl help herself? Like, you can't blame her. You can't blame her for being like...
Stay away from him.
Loving
He's
the Gunner.
He's too gorgeous.
I know, that's the thing. Like, maybe she just needs to remove herself from the situation.
It is good for the show, and they are cute together, so whatever.
No, don't do it, Zoe.
I'm not condoning it, but they were.
Yeah, I don't condone it, but seriously.
Who are we surrounded by?
Right? What is this?
Hey,
girls.
I don't condone it.
I don't condone it either. I'm just saying.
Okay.
You know what? If it happens,
just next.
All right, I think we're done for the night. Thank you guys for staying up tonight and watching us. Where can everybody find you guys?
You can find me on Twitter at KeatonM33 and on Instagram at Keaton33.
You can find me Instagram, Facebook, and what's the other one? Twitter. At Violet Kanyan. That's Kanian.
And you guys can find me on Twitter at Whitney Lane Fern and on Instagram at Whitney Lane.
And I'm on Twitter at JJJurgens and at JJJurgens.com. Thank you guys so much.
Guys.
Thanks.
Next week.
Keep calling in. We love it. Thanks, Jordan.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.